Hi guys, welcome back to my rabbit hole of K-pop. I am Atomic Rabbit. I have in this one various versions of Love Me Right, which is to say the Korean version as well as the Chinese version, and a short MV, Romantic Universe something. It seemed very interesting. Like I said in yesterday's video, I will just be going through their MVs and songs that I got off the SM playlist, because for now that is just the amount of time that I had to spend on all of this. Also because there is more comebacks dropping, Kingdom starting, Shiny. When you're a multi fan, it gets kind of rough. You think you get time to breathe and then actually no. So this seemed to be the most enjoyable way for me to go through it. When I finished watching NCT World 2.0, I already finished Mtopia. That will give me more room on the Patreon side. Also, I discovered I have to look into bandwidth and such for Vimeo a bit more than just blindly following, because apparently there's some things involved with all of that. So I have to be a little bit more careful than I am doing right now. Anyway, let's go into Love Me Right. Oh yeah. Come on. Take your time. 왠지 두근대는 밤이야. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So tonight 달 끝까지 달려가 볼까. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just right. 시동에 걸어 웩셀에 발을 홀려. 모든 것이 특별해 너 완전 어울려. 무엇을 원하다 담아 make it work. Yeah. Shorty on my body till the sun down. 시간의 신비로운 느낌은 뭘까? 완전 내게로 원석에 full of sunlight. 네가 없는 어디가 nobody. 도로에 여긴 love right. 날 바라보는 눈썹 make it right. Just love me right. Baby love me right. 내게로 넌 사람이지만 넌 매혹적인 나의 universe. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. 그 속을 달려 은하수를 건너. No, 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 우주 속으로 우리 빛은 달빛은 여전하지. 내게도 반 헤매고 있어 난 하지. 아껴두니 손날 롱베리 네가 없는 난 어딜 가도 반쪽짜리니까. 찬란한 먹여주지. 가려해볼 건 너희 좀 더 높이 날아가볼까. 가슴 터질 듯한 이 순간 우리들만 떠올라. 발밑에 지구를 두고 Let me. 도로 위 여긴 love right. 날 바라보는 so make it right. Just love me right. Baby love me right. So come on baby 눈이 부시겠어. 아름다운 너의 universe. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. Yeah, you love me. Just love me right. I just wanna make you love me. 우주는 밤이 찾아와도 내가 눈엔 오직 너만 빛나. 사겨줘 내게 도로 위 여긴 runway. 날 now see that I need to involve the dance practice in. This is a new song for me. This is the first time I'm hearing this. This is also the first time, of course, I'm watching this MV. This is kind of totally unexpected because there's this thing with SM groups, SM artists, that you don't really know what to expect. It just goes in all kinds of directions. Like for SHINee as well, there isn't one. I listened to the new album, and there isn't just one line that you can pull through it. It's a very big surprise, and it's just as big as a surprise as the Super M album was. And looking at all the different songs from EXO that I know right now, this is totally different. This is kind of that Michael Jackson pop combined with Maroon 5 something, which is a really happy feeling that it's giving me. This is, kind of this happy thing. And then the visuals are extremely pleasing in here, as is the way that this MV is shot. But it's also, there's so much happening that I wish that the scenes would be following each other a little bit slower so I could actually just get into it, because I want to look at all of them because they are so handsome. But I love the kind of playful vibe that gets off it. But there's also this serious note, and I'm trying to see where that serious note fits. Also, I want to see the whole dance practice for this. Also, I was made aware of the fact that I said 12 members for the Call Me Baby when it was 10 members. But, I was just pretty much distracted by a few people in particular. So pardon my confusion. I'm now going to the theory side because, of course, when you watch theory MVs, you start to notice different things. And for me, it's nice because I get kind of in the universe part of EXO story, which is the concept side. And you guys seem to have noticed that I like to understand how things work. Yes, that is absolutely true. I'm kind of more of a philosopher, but I'm also kind of a researcher in a way, and not where I like to, like math, not math science research, but research in a way where I want to find connections, where I want to see how things make sense because they're supposed to make sense, but it just doesn't. And I want to know why something would be put out there. I want to look for the sense that it makes. So, and I'm definitely seeing that in this MV, whereas the Call Me Baby one, there is nothing that I can say like, okay, this stands out to me as part of a theory. But in this one, there's a lot. And that is the thing that I said, like, I wish it would have been a little bit slower. But then again, this also instigates to watch it again and again and pause it when you find stuff. And here, what I noticed was one, the TVs that Caesar also talked about in their videos, and that we have in Baekhyun's VCR too. And in the VCRs, like the screen that goes white, the white noise signal that gets lost. That's one thing that I noticed. I also noticed that the TV got destroyed, that there was a big black ball that was thrown at the TV, which broke the TV. The second thing that I noticed is that for some reason, I feel like Xiumin is resting or sleeping or having his eyes closed and lying down a lot in MVs. And I don't know why I have that sensation, but I was looking at this and I felt like I have seen this somewhere before. But I can't remember if it was in Coco Bop and if it was only in Coco Bop. Because that one seems to be the only one where that, or maybe it was also mentioned in the videos, but I'm not sure. So that was another thing that I noticed. And then of course there's the science parts that pop up in here, like the serious notes. And I was kind of tempted to pause the video at the moment where you have Chanyeol and Soon rapping and in that room where they play video games later with Kai and I can't remember who the other person was that was in there as well, to see what was on the walls and such. But I'm guessing that this is also gonna come up in the theory videos because there's a lot in here. And the last thing I was thinking of is that I am very curious to see how Schumann is gonna be at the next comeback, because so far he's still pretty stiff. He needs to adjust a little bit back into civilian life. And I feel like he's the kind of person for whom that might be kind of a challenge. I feel like he's learned some things that actually suit him, kind of, and that have become part of his personality. And now he needs to sort of get rid of that or adjust to it a little bit. But this is just my personal perception. But I was looking at him and you know, in the last MVs and just in the MVs where I've seen him, I thought, that's a totally different Schumann than the one that I've been seeing now, and especially in the things that make me happy. In the show with Baekhyun and Kyuhyun. So I'm very curious to see that. And also the last thing I was thinking is that EXO comeback will probably be as, no, not because it's still shiny and shiny is just, it's still shiny. But EXO comeback will be something. It will definitely be something. Oh. Why is this satisfying?
Just why shake the water, track a set of that joke again. Hold the cocky, take your invitation. Go just a mark, coach it and make it work. Yeah. Shorty, I'm a party to the sundown. This year, he got shit to go and coca. What's your name? Pick a night, you can put the sunrise. Go ahead and move, what you got to go. Coco, baby, don't slow, raise up, funk, let it go, make you wait, just love me right. Baby, love me right. Oh my, you want to go on me to get that, so keep me on romantic universe, just love me right. Miss the line at there, no side. Just love me right. Just love me right. But good I can know choose sunlight. King got no diamond, don't know you. No, 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 she's
The sweater! The man can dance. How do you get an egg on the floor and then not have the yolk break? I'm adding the dance practice. 안녕.
네, 저희 엑소의 정규 2집 엑소더스 리패키지 앨범 원미알 활동이 끝났습니다.
귀여워.
오늘 아쉽게도 저희가 활동을 많이 하지 못했는데요. 그럼에도 불구하고 저희 엑소엘
Baekhyun and Chen are so tiny.
사랑해 주셨습니다. 네, 정말 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. 정말 수영이 말한 대로 저희가 너무 아쉽게 여러분들께 런면에서 무대를 많이 보여드리지 못한 것 같아서 너무너무 아쉬운데요. 아쉬운 만큼 저희가 또 다음 앨범에 더 좋은 모습으로 돌아갈 거니까 그때까지 정말 기대 많이 해주실 거죠?
네,
해주실 거라 믿습니다. 네, 백현 씨.
네, 여러분들이 있기에 저희 엑소가 있다는 거 꼭 잊지 말아주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 네, 자 시훈 씨 마지막으로. 네, 여러분들 저희는 런미라이트 활동하면서 정말 즐겁게 활동했는데 여러분들은 어떠셨나요? 즐거우셨나요? 네. 그럼 성공한 겁니다.
성공했어요.
네, 정말 런미라 이후에도 저희 엑소가 열심히 활동해서 더 좋은 음악으로 다시 찾아올 테니까 기대 많이 해주세요. 네, 지금까지 엑소였습니다.
Oh my god. Oh, this dance room.
Take your time. 왠지 두근대는 밤이야. 나나나나나나나나. So tonight 달 끝까지 달려가 볼까.
The shorts are killing me.
Just why 시동에 걸어 백셀의 발을 홀려 모든 것이 특별해 너 완전 어울려 무엇을 원하든 I'ma make it work yeah Shorty on my body till the sundown 시간의 신비로운 느낌은 뭘까 완전 내게로 원서 불러 sunrise 네가 없는 난 내가 nobody 너를 위해 여긴 runway 날 바라보는 눈 so make it right just love me right baby love me right 내게로 난 살이지만 넌 매력적인 나의 universe just love me right 내 우주는 전부 너야 just love me right just love me right 내 우주는 전부 너야 그 속을 달려 은하수 건너 너너너 멈출 수 없어 우리 빛은 달빛은 여전하지 내게도 반 헤매고 있어 난 하지 I can really show 날 long baby 네가 없는 난 어딜 가도 반쪽짜리니까 가려볼 건너이 좀더 높이 날아가볼까 가슴 터질 듯한 이 순간 우리들만 떠올라
Baekhyun is. Ah. This choreo is funky and I love it. Nice catch, Kai. I read body lotion. It's not what it says. There's a lot of transitions in here. Oh. I absolutely love Baekhyun's performance in that because it's just hilarious to watch. It seems like a little bit over the top, but it's not over the top because he's just really, really into it. And it's just so nice to watch. But combine that with the fact that with my knowledge of him just being the biggest clown. So all of that combined and then watching this, it's pretty hilarious. But I was wondering, like, what do the choreographers think of when they make a choreo for EXO? Do they include the concept part in this? Because the amount of transitions in here is a lot. Even with a lot of members, that can work very much. But I noticed that specifically in this one, the transitions are fast-paced and it goes really far and beyond. And there are groups that have more members even than EXO have, where the transitions are maybe less or as much, but you don't really notice the transitions. Whereas here you notice it, not in a way that it's annoying, but in a way that my brain is tickled, because I'm wondering, do they take into consideration the fact that all these guys have various powers and that the powers have to work together, so that they really think of who is gonna be in the front when the choreo hits, even if they're not singing. So it's kind of that play between the powers that I was wondering about that, because that would be an interesting thing, and that would actually, for me, in my opinion, make a lot of sense to do that, to utilize that. Anyway, very interesting. Love the song. Nice funky sound. Like I said, there's not going to be a lot of uploads right away. I still need to catch up on some filming, as I have some real life stuff happening as well. But I hope you'll forgive me. As long as I still have MVs to watch, we're not done with EXO week. So we only just got into this. Anyway, guys. Oh, I have one last question. If you can find a good version, because now I can only find a dance practice for the Eve, and I know there's a performance, and I really, really want to watch that. If some of you knows of a good performance that I can watch on YouTube and not have to put on a Patreon, that would be nice. So, all right, thank you for watching. See you soon. Annyeong.